The addition of Matthew Van Komen, one of the big beneficiaries is going to be Sam Sherry, and there's Jalen. Seems to have firmed up a little bit.
But one of the issues with the portal and the ability to be able to transfer anywhere at any time, he can play at the highest level.
Here's Washington again for a dunk. Schools have seen the lights go bright and dark here tonight. Davis inside, Washington the shot fake and the score.
For those who haven't seen Carolina yet, how much better? Whoa, as Cadeau goes up. Not for long. Cadeau.
Point guard for some pay points. Washington at the other end, finger rolls it home for the Carolina All-American. Davis missed it. Washington did not. And Cadeau tried to throw it to him. Rogers knocks it to Washington. Oh, short jumper is good. So 7. But you've got to create opportunities for RJ to do that. How about that? Beautiful wraparound. Carolina's just overwhelmed him as this game's gotten along. Washington. Cadeau, this is really going to fire up the crowd. On the deck, up 30, and Washington. Cadeau
Didn't stand waiting for the basketball. Made it happen.
Jalen Washington, nice cut to the hoop.
His veteran leadership and expertise and experience in the paint. However,
The jab step. Too strong with it, but the offensive board and followed by Washington.
and again,
Pops out, Washington to follow. And that may get him back in. RJ Davis. That one rattles out. The follow-up, though, by Jalen Washington. In low. Oh, what a finish. And that is Washington with the and one. How about the pass from Trimble to Washington?
At 7. You're seeing it more and more in the college game.
Yeah, but also, Nate Oates has hired guys from the NBA as you see the great pass with the feet.
And now Cadeau on the drive, wrapped it around for Washington. That's a nice bounce pass, and the bucket is good by Washington.
Right. Slithering inside for the slam is Washington.
Drag screen to his left, picks it up above the foul line. Inside it goes, and a bunny off the catch for Jalen Washington. Davis. Shorthanded to the other end. Cadeau lobs to the rim. Alley-oop dunk thrown down by Jalen Washington.
3.
Nice
Underneath, tie game.
Well, you don't get many. About an hour down the road, and the first bucket is to front defensively with his great length. Cadeau inside, throws it up for Washington, who puts it in. Cadeau inside, Washington with the stuff. He's had the first to the backdoor cutter. Cadeau again on the roll for Washington, and it's Freddie's stat card. I didn't know it was at the table the whole time. Washington, off the miss from Cadeau, shoves it
To the Tar Heels, still without Seth Trimble, so Ian Jackson stays in the starting lineup. They go inside with Jalen. Quieting the crowd, Jalen. Cadeau hands it off. Jalen
Trust Alaco with 2 fouls, but the situation of the game, good take and nice roll that time.
Oh, what a feed. Right down the grand of the lane. Seal and sing Jalen Washington.
That's big time. Well, and the games of those guys can make a difference.
Washington.
Washington to just step away.
Quick look. Washington, the catch and the flush.
Powell. Baseline around Ismail Duke, can't finish. Washington collects and scores on Carolina's second chance. All the way to the basket, Washington off the baseline. Jalen Washington was 6 in the first half. All the way into traffic. Tried to get it to Washington, does for the dunk. One up with 8. Here's Taylor with 6. 5, he will drive to the basket, put it up, rejected Washington, and recovered, and the ball game is over.
than the Tar Heels. However, that's been the case often this year.
Here's Jalen Washington, the hero of Saturday, over Sissoko on the bounce.
You know what would really help RJ is to either get to the free throw line or see a layup go through it. I mean, regardless of how great of a player and scorer you are, it's always good to see it easy and go through it.
Shoot. Now here's Washington over Dort, and another jump shot for Jalen Washington.
Great foul, the freshman trying to go along the baseline, and how about that shot? Banking.
North Carolina led by Davis. Gonna dump it down low. That's a nice move there in the lane by Washington.
Carolina has kept Reno under wraps for the most part, and you know, to talk about scoring at 3 levels.
And that's a beautiful feed for the slam.
Underway here in the second half. And let's see if the caliber of play gets a little better. Well, it does right away on the slam by Washington. Here's Washington, swishes it in. A 3-pointer and a timeout.
And he can make those.
Even though this is your 4th year at the school.
Hanging around. Almost 7 minutes into this one. Davis takes it to the basket, lays it off beautifully in a slam by Jalen.
He had the big game at the big time.
That's a beautiful pick and roll, but the missed layup. Washington follows and drops it in.
And this, you know, like getting inside.
Washington, another easy one on the feed from R.J. Davis.
So they're capable.
Davis has really been.
BC, he had all kinds of room to maneuver.
Ian Jackson, and that was forced up there, but a follow. Wow. Hand has been spectacular. That is his 4th 3. Great pass by Davis and the easy lay-in.
Washington into the game for the first time for the Heels. Cadeau off to Washington, softly off the glass and good. Drake Powell in off the bench, gets a good look, but he can't knock it down. Jalen Washington